With a potential fight between Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney brewing, quite a few pros are warning Gervonta about facing Devin. Zab Judah definitely thinks that Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis need to be very careful about the idea of hopping in a ring with Devin Haney. Zab stated, "The kid is definitely special. His level of dedication and skills is exceptional. If you look at his last fight, that victory wasn't just a stroke of luck. That was sheer talent and hard work flushing out." Garcia and Davis need to be very careful. Garcia and Davis have hard punches, guile, and speed, but Haney's tenacity and hunger to win is unmatched. Let's remember, Haney hasn't lost a single match in his professional career. This isn't just a stat, it's an undisputed fact that screams volumes. As for Gervonta's record, Mike Tyson sees Devin Haney being one of the few people who would be a danger for messing up his perfect record. Mike stated, "It's a great possibility he could retire unbeaten, but then you've got Devin Haney and you've got Shakur. They are the only two guys who are possibly a threat to him. I'm disgusted that he only gets compared to me. There are so many other great fighters that he reminds me of. Pernell Whitaker, Floyd Mayweather. He's a bruiser too when he wants to be a bruiser. He's a special fighter, so his only threats are Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. They are experienced. I know they boxed before, and some people got the advantage over others in sparring. Sparring is not like fighting. For some reason, people don't fight as hard as they spar, and some people don't train as hard as they fight. There's some strange dynamics in that." According to Floyd Mayweather Sr., Devin Haney controlled the entire dynamic when Devin and Gervonta sparred each other.
That's the question. it ain't even worth asking because it was a one-way deal. It only one man controlled it, and that was Devin Haney.
Gervonta doesn't think that the sparring sessions were as close as people may say. Gervonta stated, "Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson have all been in the ring with me. They've all been in the ring and I've cracked them both. I cracked both of them. Devin Haney's no 50-50 fight. How are you gonna keep me off him when he's got no power? I sparred him twice. The first time his father took him out the ring. I almost knocked him out in Floyd's gym. Did they tell you that?" Adrian Broner wanted to set the record straight on this one though.
Did you ever see him spar any of them?
Yeah.
What happened? Who he sparred?
Y'all know what happened, man.
I don't know.
He sparred Devin. It's packed, it's hot. They get in there. Tank hit that. He hit him, boom. Then he hit him again, and he went out. I jumped in the ring because at the time Devin is 17. He calmed down, and they got back to working, Tank got a little bit more fatigue, and once they kept going, Devin got the best of him.
Oh, okay.
But in a real fight time with 8-ounce gloves on, bye.
Timothy Bradley definitely thinks that Gervonta needs to be careful with Devin Haney, and he thinks that Davis is going to get exposed soon. Tim stated, "See, Haney don't get a whole lot of credit because he ain't got no power. So a lot of people not gonna give him credit, a whole lot of credit, because they like, how are you gonna hurt this guy? But they don't really realize that you don't have to have power to be able to outbox a guy, be able to outthink a guy. Floyd has shown that many times. Haney is not Floyd, but he has his way. He's pretty technical in a sense, but he's really tactically sound. He knows how to do the right things at the right time, so I think Tank ain't really fought a guy that has the same mentality like him. I really do think that it's going to come soon, and that's the reason they don't put Tank in the ring with anybody that's threatening. Because they know, they see exactly what I see, and they know exactly what I know. That's why it took so long for Spence to get in the ring with Crawford." Stephen A. Smith actually thinks that Devin Haney should be careful about fighting Gervonta instead though. Stephen stated, "I project. That's the business we're in. It's not just about what you did, it's about what you're gonna do. And I see Gervonta Davis and I look at Haney and I'm like this. You don't want no part of Gervonta Davis. You want to stay away from that brother. Because Haney gets hit too much and you can't do that against Tank Davis. You can't do it. That's gonna be a problem. I look at Haney's boxing skills. I look at what his father Bill Haney did in training him for that Lomachenko fight. I think he did an exceptional job, but my point is Lomachenko isn't a power puncher. And he was the smaller guy, and he stung Haney a few times. If that's Tank, that's a different problem that I don't think Haney wants any part of. Devin tried to set the record straight on what he remembers happening during his sparring sessions with Gervonta.
First time we sparred in Baltimore, I want to say I was 13, about to turn 14, or I had just turned 14. And he was getting ready for one of his pro fights. I didn't even know who he was. So we went out there, we sparred. He touched me, I'm not gonna lie. When we went out there, I was like, all right, when it was over with, we was like, yeah, we got some shit we gotta work on. So I went back home, regrouped, got to the drawing board, went back to the drawing board. And then one day, we was with Floyd, me and my dad. Floyd was like, oh, AB got this guy, he wanna spar you, he your size. I'm like, what's his name? He like, Gervonta Davis. He like, is he good? I'm like, yeah. When I went to Baltimore, he touched me up, so I'm thinking like, yeah, he good. That's when we sparred, and it was doghouse rules, fight to the finish, first person to stop loses, and as my dad would say, we left with the cash.
I'm left with the cash.
Floyd got the recording, and this reporter named Ellie. It's one more person that got his AB guy. AB guy like he had a cameraman at that time.
Eddie Hearn doesn't see anyone being able to beat Devin Haney at 140 now, and Eddie stated, "The kid is so young. He's gone to Australia. He's beaten Kambosos. He's beaten Lomachenko. I know it was a close fight, but he really schooled Regis Prograis. I could see him going to 147, winning world titles there. I don't see anyone at 140 that beats him. His speed of foot and movement, Regis just couldn't set. People say Regis should have thrown more. He was trying to get there to throw, and every time he goes to get there, Devin is over here hitting him with 3 shots." Hector Garcia sees Devin Haney being an excellent challenge for Gervonta Davis, and Hector stated, "It would be a very even and entertaining fight, but Devin is very astute. He's sneaky in a way. He knows how to move around the ring, and I think he'll definitely be a good challenge for Gervonta." Everyone thinks that Gervonta would bring a lot of power to the fight, but Rolly Romero doesn't think that Gervonta really lands hard hits. He just thinks everyone is dehydrated.
Dude, Tank doesn't punch that hard. Tank really doesn't punch that hard. It's just he lands a clean shot, and a lot of us are either too small or completely dehydrated.
Eddie Hearn also talked about the differences in the two fighters' resumes, and with Devin beating Regis Prograis, it looks as though Devin's resume is absolute. Eddie stated, "Right now, if you're looking at resumes and coming off the wins over Lomachenko and Kambosos, you have to say Devin, but Tank also has a great resume. Tank has had some great wins as well, but he's fluctuated between the weights. Former Gervonta opponent Leo Santa Cruz is a 126-pounder going up to 135 to face Tank. He also beat former WBA light welterweight champion Mario Barrios. He's not a pound-for-pound guy, but he's really a 147 fighter now. Tank Davis has had some good wins and Devin as well, but I don't think it's a comparison. I think if Devin beats Prograis, then you're talking about another level of moving up weight classes and beating the top guy at 140, or arguably the top guy at 140 and a guy that has power as well." Devin Haney definitely sees a fight with Gervonta being a big one, and Devin stated, "Tank Davis, I think that's the biggest fight in boxing, to be real. You know, we all know what kind of draw he is. You know, we all know what kind of draw I'm becoming, and I think it's a huge fight." If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.